But before,
I'm going to save that one.
before we talk about all that, we got to talk about a die-cast Mark 6 Iron Man with Gantry. Because, guys, this just popped up out of nowhere. This is not
out of nowhere.
Dude, this is not something that I expected to see anytime soon, Carlos. I did have one person message me on Instagram and say that they just bought the previous version like a couple weeks ago. And I was like, at this point, after seeing this, I would expect, honestly, that you should not do that because they're going to remake every popular Iron Man suit and 2.0 it or 3.0 it or whatever it takes to make it new.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
So I was going to say overall, what do you guys think about this? Because I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. You can see with the gantry, it has a USB-C light up feature from what I read. It's from Avengers. It's the Mark 6 version from Avengers. It's got a lot of battle damage parts. It's die cast. It has some plastic parts, of course, like every Iron Man does. But this base is really cool. And for $655, that ain't bad. Carlos, I want to start with you here on this one. And before I get to you, actually, I wanted to address the collector's edition is $365. So no base, $365. Also a pretty good deal. Love that they're giving you options. But Carlos, what's the dealio with this Mark 6 reissue here?
So let's first go on ahead and say the obvious. The head sculpt is ass. Okay, it is a pretty horrible head sculpt.
It's not.
It's a 6.
Horrible. Depends like what angle you look from, because some pictures look really great. Some look
great.
That one's honestly, not as bad. I think it's the expression.
It doesn't look good. I don't like it. It's like a 7 at best. I love Iron Man.
Yeah,
I've spent $1,000 on a stupid Iron Man figure. Like I will do whatever stuff. So like it's a 6 to 7. It's not that good. But okay, let's pretend you can swap a different head sculpt on there, maybe from one of your other Iron Man figures. Whatever. It is what it is. This figure is a fucking work of art. This is exactly why Hot Toys is just like, they're like, oh, NR can make Harry Potter. Suck a dick. We can make a Mark 6. Look at this. Like, you know what I mean?
And it's die cast.
And it's die cast. And here's the thing. Okay. Back in the day when I had the Mark 6, the original one, I went and I bought a third party, the base basically by itself. It was a really, really long one. I forget who makes it. I want to say the base by itself was like $300. It was third party. Some random company made it. The fact that now you can get a base licensed and you can buy it by itself, you don't even need to buy the figure. That's great. So if you already have the Mark 6, you don't need to upgrade. You can get the base. If you're that guy who overspent on the Mark 6, yes, it sucks. But you're probably not missing out on a lot. I mean, if you get the new one, what are you going to get? This ass of a head sculpt? It's okay. Just skip on it. Just stick with your figure. Go get the base. You're going to be more than fine. I pre-ordered this already. I can't wait for this.
Did you?
Dude, I love Iron Man. And the fact that it came with this base, dude, it's great. This tells me one thing. The Mark IV with the gantry, it's getting reissued. Okay. And we're getting a Mark II.
Yep.
For obvious reasons. And I think they're going to go back, and I'll say this, they're going to make Winter Soldier, bro. They're seeing
I think so too.
They're seeing all the grails, and they're like, we need to make these better. And they're going to make it, whatever it is. I pre-ordered this, bro. I love the Mark 6. It's not like my number one or any suit, but I love the Mark 6. I think it looks great. I think the value is there because back when the Mark IV gantry came out, if I'm not mistaken, it was $600. This is how much? $655?
$655. That's a really good price.
A 2.0. You're getting all these swappable pieces, a licensed gantry. Dude, this will be a grail for those people who love Iron Man.
Nice little disclaimer.
Disclaimer, because I love this piece, man. And like I said, I'm excited. I pre-ordered it today. So yeah, man, I love it, and everyone, please pre-order it.
Well, dude, this is very exciting, Carlos. But it's tough for an Iron Man collector like myself, who really likes Iron Man, but I only want to keep like maybe 3 to 4 Iron Man, right?
Yeah, this
gets really tough.
See, here's the thing, though. A lot of people really like this one because it has that new element, the triangle of an arc reactor.
Yeah,
so a lot of people like it for that. But Mark III, Mark 85, super iconic. Mark 7 for obvious reasons. The Mark 6 is cool and all. Don't get me wrong, especially in that War Machine, scene in Iron Man 2. But do you need this? No. If you love Iron Man though, or if you really want a really badass display with that gantry, I think the gantry's honestly selling me more than anything because it just looks
It's
so
the base,
badass.
bro.
It's
Yeah.
the base. That's
It's
what
the
it is.
base.
Yeah, like look at that.
That's
Imagine,
beautiful.
imagine having this with museum gel so it doesn't tip over, and then you just have this, bro. This is exactly what it's funny because I know we're gonna talk about Jassing today, but he mentioned a lot of things, and seeing this kind of stuff, it's like, damn, this is why I love collecting because I get to see beautiful work like this when Hot Toys is at their best. I get to see Yoast, provide some really good products and announce other things, and then it's like, I love Iron Man though, so I'm gonna be super biased. So anyway, I'll let Marco go.
It is pretty dope though. But Marco, I want to let you hop in on this one. What do you think about this Mark 6 with Gantry? Is this going to be something that you pick up? Because it's pretty damn good, honestly.
It is. I'm with Carlos. This is a work of art 100%. Like this is Hot Toys flexing. It looks beautiful. I'm not with him that the head sculpt is ass. I think that's pretty harsh. If you wouldn't mind going back to that picture,
I agree, Marco. I agree.
Some angles,
Really?
right? Like I'm seeing, and I appreciate that they gave us kind of that cheeky smile. Like it's a different Iron Man instead of him being all serious, which doesn't reflect the character always. So it's at least their attempt at doing something different.
What do you give the head sculpt?
Hard to say. I need to see more, but I would probably give it like an 8. Like I see Robert
An
Downey Jr.
8?
there. Yeah, honestly.
I'd say a 7.
Look right there. Like that looks like a person right there. That looks like Robert.
It looks like
Downey
a
Jr.
person, not Robert Downey Jr.
It's not Tony Stank for sure. So
No, it's not.
I get it's divisive, but yeah, it needs some work. But I see the likeness there in a lot of the angles. In terms of the gantry, like absolutely beautiful. I'm glad that they gave us a full size one. Obviously, the sticker price for the gantry itself is pretty pricey, but when you bundle both together, it's actually pretty reasonable. And Gigi's gonna laugh at me for saying that.
I know, right?
Comparative to the price of where Iron Men are at right now, and then getting him by himself is in the mid 3s. So it's kind of like, okay, they've it's seeming like the price is trending down a little bit for the Iron Men overall, which I appreciate.
Which is good.
Which is great. The negative I have to say here is after seeing the Mark V suit up with all the little tiny plastic clips, for them not to come out and say like, okay, we've like really invested in magnet technology and we're going to, make sure that this is like idiot proof. For an idiot like myself, like it's kind of scary. Like if it's really intricate as I'm seeing here, and I spend almost $700 to get it and I break one of those clips, you saw how I acted over a dented box. I will cry if I break this figure here. So it's just, that's the thing that concerns me. I think it would have been a good opportunity for them to really kind of advance their use of magnets like InArt is doing. But that's really my only complaint because I think overall it's beautiful and something that I want to add, but still kind of on the fence because of that, the possibility of damaging this figure if I want to, use all the different display options. So that's where I'm at currently.
I mean,
Now,
yeah, go ahead.
can I say something?
Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So one, if this is anything like the third party, these forget the names, but those half circle things on the sides. So it doesn't even clip in. It's like a hook and then it leans back, the way it works. And then the little ones that go on the side, they had those as well. And those are literally just like a peg. So this should be super easy, honestly. The one thing that I've noticed this doesn't have, and I know the other one didn't have as well, there's no crotch grabber here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you need museum gel and then you'll be all right. But I see your point. But
I was going to ask how Hot Toys plan to approach that because I was like, I'm going through every photo. I don't see a crotch grabber. I didn't see one mentioned earlier. And I was like, so they're trusting that this figure is going to be okay on its own to stand without a crotch grabber. And that's a little bit, like you said, Carlos, I think, you're definitely going to need museum gel or your own magnets of some kind.
Right. Because that's how the third party was. There was no crotch grabber.
Yeah. See, and I don't know how that's going to work, but I mean, the base looks amazing when it's lit up. I'm wondering what it looks like not lit up, but it's USB-C, so it's not too bad. But it's one of those where if you have it in a Moducase case or something, I think you can still run power to it. You just have to run it out the back or whatever and then plug it in. But I love that it's powered. I hope that Hot Toys eventually gets to the point where they're comfortable not doing batteries for the figure itself. Because we've seen so many customizations, Marco, where like you press a little button on there and it lights up the whole thing, right? Or like you put it on the base, like maybe the Mark 1, it'll light up that way. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that eventually we'll see that with the rest of the Iron Man figures where Hot Toys feels comfortable enough that they're willing to do that because they look so much better lit up. But the problem is it's just not worth it because the batteries don't last very long and they're a pain in the ass to access.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not removing a bunch of panels just to put in the batteries for them to last a few seconds. Like, I cannot be bothered to do that. I think, like you said in one of your the Joker review, it's like you're in the hobby for stress reliever, and you don't want to be stressed out about peeling all these little panels.
Yep.
Which is kind of my overall complaint with this guy, in that I love the intricacy of all the different swap out options. But again, if I'm having to peel back things that are plastic clips, it just scares the heck out of me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like simplicity. I know Carlos is a little bit different though. He likes to customize and play with his figures a bit, and I
like a challenge. I'm not a bitch.
yeah, that's
Holy
what they
cow,
all say.
called out.
Anyway, guys, so let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll post a poll. I should have posted one a second ago. And let us know whether you're planning on picking up the Mark 6 Iron Man 2.0 with Gantry or without Gantry, because it is pretty damn dope.